Hey everybody, it's Polaris. First of all, please appreciate my hair right now. This is actually day 2 hair. I did this yesterday, and I really did not want to have to take out the braids last night, especially when this took me 45 minutes. And honestly, I don't mind braiding. I will braid for 45 minutes, but taking out my hair, I I didn't want to last night. I was tired, and I was wearing makeup, and I was like, I have to take off my makeup. So I chose to take off my makeup rather than take out my hair. And then I just put my hair back and then I get to wear it for a second day. So hey, let's work for today. But I I woke up this morning and I don't even know where to start with this video because there's so much coming to my mind right now. So I'm gonna be hopping around a little bit, but the main idea is I had the thought pop in my head of not feeling like myself. Like worried I'm not aligned and that I'm not being authentic. And then I just hear this little voice in my head. It's like, well, why aren't you? How are you not being authentic? And I was like, wait a second. What are you? Yeah, you're right. Like, what? Why am I not? Why do I feel like I'm being that way? And then it just like opened up a whole can of worms in my head and started going down the rabbit hole. I I don't even know where to start. Um, I'll start with my dreams because I casually mention my dreams sometimes, but I growing up have had like really bad nightmares. I like they were really bad. Like I would get like sleep paralysis. I was having nightmares every night. I would be seeing like shadows in my room. I would have like false awakenings and just like it was. I would have really terrifying dreams, and it would like it would lead to like me being like really emotional, like throughout the day because I would just go through something so like traumatic, honestly, and then I wouldn't be able to like comprehend what was fake and what was real. Um, and I would also have dreams where I would just be like uncontrollably yelling and uncontrollably crying. Like I couldn't control my emotions in my dreams. Like I just had a really hard time managing my emotions, and it would come out and show that way in my dreams. And as I got older, I started to learn how to lucid dream and try and control my dreams so I could be semi conscious in my dreams because I was so terrified of sleeping. I would stay up so late and not sleep because I was so terrified of falling asleep. And when I would wake up from these nightmares, I would stay up for hours and avoid falling asleep because I was like, I don't want to go back to that dream. I don't want to go back to that dream. Um, but it was a long, long many years of not sleeping properly because of all these nightmares. And as I've been, I mean, the healing journey, but as I say, the spiritual awakening journey is when the dreams became more and more vivid and kind of obscure, I guess is the way I can word it. Like really getting a lot of spiritual guidance in my dreams and understanding my dreams because I'd be journaling my dreams at this point too. But I would be like so sucked into it, and I was like, it felt like how I feel right now in this waking world. That's how I feel in my dreams. Like talking right now on the camera, that's how I feel in my dreams. I very much like, even though yes, it is like my subconscious, I have like full, like, not want to say control, but consciousness in the dreams, and that's trippy because I remember when I first started having, I was like, wait, am I dreaming? And I couldn't tell at times, but I would question that I was dreaming, and because I knew something was up, but I would question. Um, and my brain, she's scary sometimes because I would do, um, like I would pull my skin to see if I was dreaming. Because in real life, like your skin's gonna stop because like physically your skin can't go further. But in your dreams, your brain isn't supposed to like be able to comprehend that, and it would keep pulling because it wouldn't know, and you wouldn't be able to feel it. Tell me why when I've been using that as my trying to method for all these years, I was like, am I dreaming? Pulled it. I could feel my skin being pulled, and my skin not pull in my dreams. I so my dreams have gotten like so realistic at some points that it's but I also like can see in my dreams how much I have truly evolved as a person. Like for example, I was having this dream last night and I got really upset and I was starting to get like my main point of getting upset missed because I was focused on why I was upset and like being hurt and all that. And I like the person I was talking to, there's like I didn't I didn't like push him down, right? But I did like kind of like push him away from me, and there were stairs right there. I just want to make that clear. This was in the dream. I just moved them away from me. So when they were on the stairs, there was like a height difference between us. So it was like me like kind of in authority, I guess, in that point, and talking like over them kind of thing. And I was really upset and kind of letting all these emotions out. And then I was like, I literally asked myself, like, what am I saying? Like in my head, I was like, what am I saying? And I just took a deep breath and I sat down on the stairs. And so then now the height difference was different. So now the person was standing above me and I was sitting down. And I just had the dream, like, what I was truly feeling. Like, yes, I do feel angry, but the reason why I was angry is because of X, Y, and Z, you know? And then it was really, when I woke up, I was like, wow. Like, because as I stated, like, in the past, I would have dreams where I couldn't control my dreams. And I would keep yelling, and I would hear a thought, and I would say the things I didn't mean out loud in those dreams. And it terrified me of, like, what if I say that in real life? Because I don't mean that. You know, because the point was, like, there's different things when you get angry. Sometimes you say things you don't mean, and it's trying to find out exactly what's hurting you and what's upsetting you. You know, so the fact that I was able to do that in a dream was such a huge achievement for me, because that is like your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind kind of works on patterns. So the fact that I was able to kind of break that pattern and see that in my dream was really cool. But all of that to say and set it up is that I have been really going through upgrades, like, seriously, and that's why I wanted to talk on this channel about this, because one of the thoughts that came up was like, why am I holding back from talking about what I want on YouTube? YouTube's supposed to be what I want to talk about, you know? Like, why am I worried about what other people think when this is supposed to be for me? And like, I do talk about what I want, but I think to the extent of what I want to talk, like, especially like the spiritual journey, because for me, this has literally changed my entire life. Like, I've talked about how like I've been reflecting on what happened a year ago, and that little girl, who's literally just me a year ago, but she had no idea what she was in for, that's for sure. And the amount of, like, as I just said, the upgrades I'm going through, like, I feel like, okay, we're gonna get real carried away for a second, so you gotta hold on with me, but I really feel like I'm like quantum leaping right now is kind of like the phrase I can think of, where like weeks feel like months for me right now. Like, I learned so many lessons in a week, and I overcome a lot of things in a week, and it's like not even just as like a human level, but like the soul spiritual level. Like, I have like these mini challenges that I've been going through that I've just been like overcoming really fast. And like in the past, I feel like I would have to like, well, that's kind of human nature, right? It's going to take a while for you to learn something and do something consistently for you to get better at it. But it's like, okay, hold on again. We're gonna get really deep in the spiritual talk, because I need to share this with someone. But I feel like I have been like alchemizing a lot of energy, like even little small interactions, like when, like, if at my job, if I have someone come in and they're being a little impatient, a little rude, okay? I will tell them straight up, I'm like, I need you to give me a little bit more patience. I'm sorry we're taking long, but I just need a little bit of patience from you. And like saying stuff like that, boom, upgrade. And then I'm like, man, look at me. I was being really patient. Wow, look at me. I was being calm and assertive. Hey, look at me. You know, like, I can just take those little moments and like upgrade really fast. And even like good interactions. Like, I'm just like taking those in and taking all the energy from it, and like, you know what? How being patient led to this good moment, and I'm grateful for that. Like, when I had that instance when I was talking to someone, I told them, like, I just need a little bit more patience from you, and taking my deep breaths, and there's already a ton of other stuff going on, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's obvious that I was like running around stressed, but anyways, but clearly that person didn't notice. And I had a customer come up to me after like their food was done and was like, I admire your patience. That made everything worth it. Like, he didn't have to say that, but the fact that he said that, it really just like solidified to me. I like needed that little, you're doing good. And I will thank my spirit team for giving me someone like that to just remind me that I'm doing good. even though, like, yeah, I can do it for myself. Sorry. I didn't drink water this morning. Not yet. But let me drink water real quick, actually. Okay, sorry. I was like, I shouldn't put myself off like that. But I having those little reminders, like, I just thank spirit in the universe for those little reminders. I'm so grateful for it because it just reminds me that I'm doing what I want to do. And even like reading your guys' comments, like I read your comments like every time when I wake up and right before I go to bed because I want to like see what's new. And I'm so inspired, and this for me is what is the journey I want to pour into right now, but man, where was I? Oh, but I'll have stuff like that, and those would be like little upgrades. And I've talked about this in a previous video, I believe, where when you build a new habit, like it's gonna kind of like break apart the other habits for a second because you got to make room for that new one, and then you can rebuild what you have. So, for example, like that's why I'm saying like weeks feel like months for me. Um, I I've been meeting some new people and having such beautiful experiences with them, but it's also like in a way challenging me in ways I haven't been challenged yet because I'm learning to retrust again and to trust myself and to be open and assertive and all of the above, right? And it's in a whole different way because it's now doing it for someone that I care deeply for. And it's bringing up all those old fears of like I don't want to hurt their feelings, I don't want to say the wrong thing, like like all these like little things that I haven't really experienced. Like it's been a while since I've had to like really go through that emotion before. And you know what I've been doing? I've been letting myself talk, even if it means I'm crying, and being open and like letting the people know my true feelings and like talking about it and being vulnerable and being strong and just I don't know, just really like letting myself be free in it, and letting what comes, and also just remind myself that I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong, and that, like, looking at the logical side, like, this person still cares about you even when you said something that was really hard for you to talk about, and that's been helping me, like, I feel like upgrade even more, like there's like I said, there's just so many things that are happening in life right now that I'm just like, oh, let me do this, and even like for my plan for this new moon, is to play my guitar every day. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, but I just like, it just wasn't time. Plain and simple, it just wasn't time. Not gonna beat myself up because it's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I've been doing other stuff. I've been rebuilding myself. But I've, what, two or 3 days in a row now, which is very proud of myself already because I gotta celebrate the achievements when they're here. But playing my guitar, like that's my big like goal for this, and like that, well, that's changing my whole routine again, right? Because one, I need to wake up earlier to do that, which means I have been getting like 6 hours of sleep. I'm fine, by the way. I'm actually doing really well. When I was like going through like my burnout phase, like I was getting like 10 hours of sleep a night and I would still be tired. But now the fact that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna let myself sleep in. Nope. If it's not 7 o'clock, then it's 8 o'clock. I'm waking up. And you know what? I just listen to my body and I just keep on going. But I just lost my train of thought. Oh, so I'm having to rebuild my routine. And like prior when I would go and for example, I've been dream journaling. When I was first dream journaling, I like felt really out of control in my life and I was just kind of like, man, what's wrong with me kind of thing, and really doubting myself a lot. And then I realized like later on, like way later on, oh right, it's because I'm changing my routine. And I think that's around the time when I made that message of when I had that realization of like, duh, of course your life's gonna feel like it's falling apart because you need to add something new and certain things are gonna break off for you to add that new thing. And now with me playing my guitar, I'm like, man, I missed out on dream journaling because I've been too tired in the morning and I can't even remember the dream at all. Like, and just like kind of like I've been feeling hungrier, like like just like going through the thoughts of like analyzing everything that's been happening in my life, and I was like, oh right, I can remember what in the like 2 days that I've been playing my guitar and all this has been kind of shifting. But also like prior to that, it's like also when I was like hanging out with friends more and like I said, meeting new people and being really close with these new people, that has changed my routine. Um, and adding those things in my routine, it's kind of made like my original routine fall apart, right? I don't want to say fall apart, but you know what I mean. Like I was gonna keep repeating myself. Um, but I was able to recognize quicker this time, like, oh right, like I need to kind of rework everything because I do have these things that are really important to me. In order to add it to my life, things have to break apart to add into my life, right? And I'm really grateful for that, and I'm so grateful. And I feel like in the past, like I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune card in my head where life, like life is happening for you, not to you. And when people pray for change and pray for something different, and when life starts to change, because life wants to help you out. Life's like, I got you, girl. I got you, boy. Let me help you out. Um, and things will start falling apart, and it's because it's trying to add that new thing you want in. And so it's like let's just say you have the most rigid routine ever, where you wake up at, we'll just say 9 o'clock. You wake up at 9, you go outside, you work, you whatever, right? But if you want change and you want to add new things in your life, well, where's that going to go in your routine? Something's going to have to either be cut short or, excuse me, sorry. Something's going to be cut short or have to just be completely booted out of your life in order to add that new thing. And for me, like I don't think I really talked about it on here, but like I used to have apple juice. If the adults know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I used to have apple juice, not a lot, but often enough that it was becoming a part of a night routine. It's just not a healthy night routine, by the way. Um, and that like really messed it up. And that would mess up my sleep. And then the next day, then I would have to have caffeine. So giving up those two things together was the best decision of my life. Because guess what? I'm waking up earlier, I'm sleeping better, I'm getting 6 hours of sleep, and I'm feeling genuinely well rested. And I'm having like all my creative ideas come back. Like I could go on about that. But those two things had to fall apart and be completely taken out of my life to live the life I have right now. And I'm just so grateful that I'm able to recognize these changes that are happening. And because before I would get so upset, like, oh, why is life doing this to me? Like I'm like, and life's like, you asked for this. And so now I can just approach it with gratitude. And I think I have it in my pocket right now. Ah, I gotta show. I've been holding on to Malachite. She's been with me for 3 days now. This stone sometimes scares me. If you know, you know. But it's all about great change, and I like the only reason why I started putting it in my pocket was because in a dream it literally said I heard like this voice that said, "Oh, that's malachite. You should get it." And I was like, I woke up and I was like, "Well, okay." So I grabbed it off my shelf and I've been holding it with me. But as stated, it helps with like great change and stuff. And even if you don't believe in that stuff, it's still a reminder to me to feel it in my pocket because it's rigid and it sometimes just stabs me in my freaking thighs. Like, hey, listen to me. It helps remind me to make those changes, and I'm just so grateful. I truly am, and I get to do more and more of what I want to do. And like how I started this message in the morning, and my first thought in the morning was not feeling like I'm being authentic. And I asked myself, like, well, why aren't you? Like, what's wrong with being authentic? Like, what do you think's gonna happen? And I don't know. I'm kind of losing my train of thought right now. I think I kind of said all I needed to say. I don't know. This is like, I think too, like being able to say this all was like stuff I've been not necessarily holding in my chest, but kind of scared to talk about for whatever reason. Um, I I'm literally telling myself, I'm like, I don't know what I'm worried about. I really don't know. Like, I mean, I obviously know what I'm worried about, but I'm not gonna say those things out loud. But it's like, realistically, like I've had a great experience here on YouTube, and if anything, me talking about this stuff is gonna find the right people who relate to me and also want to listen to these kinds of stories. I don't want to like, I don't ever want to like put up a mask or a wall or anything like that and then shut out people, or bring in the wrong people that I don't want in my life, you know? Like people who want me for my not authentic self. I'd rather be fully authentic and bring in people who want to be there with me for my true self, you know? But I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I feel like I just said a whole lot. Also, I just saw 2020 on here, but I feel like that's all I really wanted to talk about. But I don't know. I've just been really, as I said, kind of just going through like a quantum leap right now, and I'm so grateful for it because I know like I'm gonna keep, because at the end of the day, I'm the one making these changes in my life, right? Like I do give a lot of power to something above myself, but it's also just at the end of the day me trusting myself and me making those changes for myself and me talking to myself and reminding myself, you're okay, you're doing everything right, and you're not doing anything wrong, you're just here in the moment. And even like last night, because I do like seek guidance from the universe, God, whatever word you want to use, a lot of like, should I do this, am I on the right path by doing this? Like sometimes I ask too much, I'll be honest. And so last night I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do what I want to do because I'm allowed to and I can make decisions, and there's no such thing as a wrong decision. I will always gain from the experience. And even though it was late and I was like, oh, I probably should go to sleep, I wasn't ready to. I needed more time and I wanted to just enjoy the rest of the day because honestly, yesterday was a good day. And it's been a while since I've been able to say I had a good day. Like a full good day, you know, like even like at like I don't want to get into it, but I ended it off by going stargazing and doing that for myself, and it was great. And you know what? Did I get any extreme epiphanies or whatever? I mean, I guess if you called this the epiphany, yeah, sure. Then yes, I did. But just trusting myself and knowing I can make my dreams come true and make the changes I need to make those things happen. So I think on that note, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you all are taking care out there and taking care of yourself. If it helps, I had this thought in my head of, because last night I really didn't want to take off my makeup and wash my face, and I was like, you know, if I was a baby and a baby needed to be washed or have his diaper changed, would you not change the baby's diaper? And I was like, fine, I'll wash my face, you know? So if that helps you to have that thought of treating yourself like you're literally a baby, do it. And just ask yourself, if you were a baby, would you do this to the baby? And if you would, only slight judgment, okay? Only slight judgment. No, just kidding. You deserve the best. And I love you all so much. And just stay safe out there, okay? Bye.